Hey guys, welcome back to Rickey Wins Again. Just want to do a quick video on Puff Bear's contest. Thought that was a very interesting one. Your starting lineup from 1980 until present day. I haven't had a chance to look at anybody's just yet. I did see somebody had the lineup in their description of the video, and I did happen to see that, but that's really the only one that I've actually looked at. And it's really hard to choose just one position player for each of these. It's hard to choose in just one closer or starting pitcher as well, but I do have a list. I'm going to start off with catcher. I've got Ivan Rodriguez, and I picked him over Mike Piazza because he did have some beast of a year. You know, he was a really good hitter for a while there. He won an MVP. And he's got a cannon for an arm. He's just awesome catcher defensively, and he's always called real good ball games and everything like that. That was a hard one to choose over Piazza, but excuse me, I've been a little sick. It's a hard one to choose over Piazza, but I went with Ivan. First base, Albert Pujols, and I chose him over Frank Thomas. I've got Frank Thomas as my secondary. Second base, Roberto Alomar over Ryne Sandberg, and the reason I did that is because Robbie was a switch hitter, and I liked that aspect of his game, and he made some of the sweetest looking plays. I used to love him going to his left, doing a little slide, dive or whatever he did, and switch up, turn around, and flick it to first. I just used to love watching him do that. Shortstop, I had to go with the captain, Derek Jeter. Any guy that can handle that much pressure, I want him on my team regardless. And I went with him over Ozzie Smith because Ozzie he could sling it at shortstop too. You know, he was an awesome defender. And Cal Ripken honorable mention because he's a great. You know, he's just as good as these guys, if not better. It was just a hard choice. Third base, I've got Mike Schmidt. Go right now and Google Mickey Mantle and then Google Mike Schmidt on a different tab. Compare their stats. It's unreal. They both won 3 MVP awards. Their home run totals are similar. Their hit totals are similar. They're not identical, but they're really close. I mean, it's really amazing. I don't know what got me to do that one day, but I just happened to do it. If Schmidt would have played in New York or Boston or, you know, a bigger market, he would have been just a huge star. Not that he wasn't, but I mean, he would have been on that next level. Left field, I had to go with Rickey. Just, you got to have him as a leadoff hitter. I went with him over Barry Bonds. Not taking anything from Barry Bonds, he's always been one of my favorite players too. I used to enjoy him. I actually got to see him at a home run at the old Shea Stadium. So that was pretty cool. Howard Johnson hit one out that game too, so it was pretty slick. Let me go back. Mike Schmidt, I picked Mike over George Brett. George Brett was a good player too. Center field, King Griffey Jr. I chose him over all of the other. There was a lot of other good center fielders that you could choose from there. I mean, just good defensive players too. But it was the entire package, you know. And my secondary on that, I actually chose Jim Edmunds just because the plays that guy used to make. It was insane to see some of those plays that he made. Full extension diving backwards was just, you know, just nuts. I used to love to watch that guy play center field. Right field was tough for me because I'm an Ichiro fan and I'm a Tony Gwynn fan at the same time, but I chose Ichiro over Tony Gwynn. No reason really. I can't think of any reason. Ichiro's got a rocket for an arm. When he first came up, they played Oakland, and I'm an Oakland A's fan. And he played Oakland in like the first inning or something. He threw out Terrence Long. You can YouTube it, and just it's just the prettiest thing I've ever seen. I was watching the game live, and I just remember my jaw hitting the ground because it was just such an awesome shot. So yeah, that's my position players. Starting pitcher, I went with Justin Verlander. He's a stud. I mean, he's really good. To win a Cy Young Award and an MVP in the same season, that's tough to do. I don't know how many people have done that. I need to look that up. I went with him over Greg Maddux. I almost chose Greg Maddux, but I mean, there's a ton of other starting pitchers: Pedro Martinez, Clemens, Glavine. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody that could. Halladay. You know, there's just tons of other pitchers you could choose. Pedro Martinez. But I chose Verlander just because he throws hard. He seems like he's a pretty nice guy, at least on some of the videos I've seen. He's pretty funny. But I chose him over Greg Maddux, and that's not taking away from Greg Maddux because he was pretty slick himself, you know. Closer, Mariano Rivera. Got to go with Mariano. Great career to handle that kind of pressure and that, you know, that for that type of team. You can't go wrong with him. Trevor Hoffman is my secondary on that. And my lineup would look like this: Rickey Henderson leading off, Ichiro batting second, Albert Pujols batting third, Griffey batting fourth, Schmidt batting fifth, Rodriguez batting sixth, Suzuki seventh, and Jeter eighth. So you got a righty, lefty, righty, lefty, righty, righty, lefty, righty. So I think that would be a pretty tough lineup. I know it would. Because Rickey's going to get on base for you. Ichiro's going to move him over. Pujols is going to drive him. Anyway, everybody's lineups are going to be like that, though, I'm sure. But anyway, just wanted to touch base with you guys about that. And thanks, Puff Bear, for doing the contest. And I did get your cards in. I've got them ready. Everything will be shipped out. What's today's date? Early next week. Anyway, till then, we'll talk to you.